Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to Future Dimensions 360. As you guys know, we are learning about HTTP and React. In today's tutorial, we will be learning about posting of data from React towards your server by using Axios request. Keep it in mind, today is the final video for the beginner series of React.js. We will be coming up later on with the React hooks in details. So let's go ahead and try to learn about posting of data using Axios in React.js. As you guys can see in my screen, we are having some sort of object of post that we had this link we had learned in the last video how we can get the data from this link by using get request in our project. So you guys can see what are the attributes available in each object is user ID, then title and body. User ID is one, here again one, and then again one. ID, if I will talk about it, ID is 1, 2, 3, 4. It's an auto increment value. Title is some random text, and body is also a random text. So what we have to do is we have to capture these values in our React.js application. How we can capture those values? Let's go ahead in our project. I will be creating a new component called post form.js. This form we will post it by using RCE class component method. So in that one, what I have to do here is inside div, first thing I will do is each one tag. I'll say enter your data. Then after that, what I have to do is I will create a form. Inside the form, I will create three different fields. What three different fields? That is user ID, title, and body. For example, I'll say input. First element I will take is input. And what is the input type? It's number. As you guys can see, input is in the form of numbers. And the name is what for that? What we are going to put is user ID. Same name we will be putting. And then after that, the value will be, we will create the value later on. And for example, I'll create a label on it as well, and that will say user ID. So just let me copy this three times, and second one will be title, and the third one will be body. For example, I'll say title, and this one is body, and body should be text area, not the text input actually. Type we will remove from text area, and then here it should be text. And the second one input ID is title. I will put the ID of that field in the name attribute here as well. So let me go to my browser. I'll try to comment this one, and I will try to import my post form into my app.js. You guys can see I'm receiving user title, user ID. It is numeric value, then title, and body is a text area. So what I have to do here is now I have to create a state and capture the values in the state variables so that I will be able to post them by using Axios. In the state, we'll be needing three different attributes. One of them will be user ID. For example, in the beginning, I will keep it 0 as it's an integer field. Then title, I'll be keeping empty. And the last one name is body. And the body should be empty as well. These values, we will destructure them in our in our render method const by using curly braces. I will say user ID comma title and comma body should be from where this dot state. These value I will assign to each field as well. First one is value. I'll say value equals to user ID. The second one is value equals to title. And the third one is value equals to body. Hit save, and we have to create an on change handler as well. On change, what we want is we want to capture this value, this dot handle change. That's the best practice to do. This dot handle change. Let's go ahead to our class and create an arrow function for this handle change that will help us to capture the values. This E is actually an event that will be passed by the internal core functionality of the React. And what I have to do is this dot set state. What I have to set E dot current target, sorry, E dot current target dot name equals to E dot current target dot value. What I have to do here is I will do it in this way. It will be better. E dot current target dot value. Okay, so whenever I will be changing the value, very sorry, name is undefined. E dot current target dot name, E dot target dot name, let's say target dot name. Still the value is undefined. Now let me change it to this one. Actually, target will be working. So 1, 2, 3, you guys can see it's updating the value. And here, if I will say like test title, it's not updating. Let me see title. Yeah, here we didn't assign it on change. And that I have to do, for example, I'll copy this event handler full. I will paste it here as well, and let me see here now. Test, it's working fine, and test, this is working fine as well. Now what I have to do is I have to create a submit handler for this form. How we can create? I'll create a button, that button, or I will say input type submit. I will create an input, and the type for the input will be submit, and the value for the input will be, for example, I'll say post data. So you guys can see post data is appearing here. Once I will click this event, I have to capture all the values. I'll say, for example, form submit will be the handler that will allow me to capture the values and send it by using Axios request. When I want to call this form, on submit of this form, I have to call this form submit, sorry, form submit. Here what I will do is I will say console.log. What I have to do is this dot state. I'll just open my inspector. I will go to console. There is no error. You guys can see these are the old errors when we forgot to assign on change handler. For example, the user ID is 2. The title for the post is, for example, I will say future dimensions 360, and the body is, for example, I will say some sample text. Once I'll click on post, I have to say e dot prevent default as well. Here I'll capture an e also. The default behavior I should stop. E dot prevent default will be the one that will not let the form to reload the page. As you guys can see that data what I had added, it's gone into the link. This is the default behavior. We have to stop that one as well. So for example, I'll say future dimensions 360, and here I will say, for example, some sample text. So once I will click on post data, e dot prevent default. I think the spelling is wrong. Prevent default. There is no prevent default like this. Let me check. Yeah, now it's better. So to, for example, future dimensions 360 and some sample text. Once I will click on post data, you guys can see all the data is captured already with the state. Now, the last step is to post this data by using Axios request. How we can post this data? We have to import Axios. Just Axios, once I click, see Axios is imported directly. Axios.post will allow me to post this data. Where I have to post? I have to post in the same link this data, and the second parameter is the body or the data what we want to post here in this Axios library. So what I want to post is I want to post this dot state. This is what I want to post. It's actually an object, so I don't need to pass this in curly braces. And once it's done, what I want is dot. Then once it's done, I will be receiving some response. And just what I have to do is console.log this response. And in case of error, ERR, I will be receiving an error. What I have to do is console.log error. That's it. Let me go ahead to my application. I will try to reload everything, clear the form. I will say user ID is 2, title is test, and body is also test. Once I will click on post, you guys can see this is the form data that I captured on line number 23. I printed. Then there is another print from line number 26. Line number 26 is this one. This is the response. What response says 201, that's mean data is already posted. If I go inside that one, I will see there is another object of data inside it. That is already the same object that we had passed or we had pushed to the link. But now we have an ID for this post already with us as well. That is returned from the server end side. So this is very simple and easy way how you can pass the data from front end towards your server using Axios request. Although you will be using a lot of verification before posting the data, named as data validation or validators, those we will be writing and learning later on sometime in our coming tutorial series in the intermediate or advanced level. I hope you guys like it and enjoy our tutorial session. Please don't forget to like and subscribe our channel and stay tuned. We are coming up with the brand new tutorial series for hooks. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz. Thank you so much guys. Goodbye. Allah Hafiz.